Growth is not something you achieve once and then walk away from. It's a lifelong process. Too many people think that success is a destination, a finish line, a moment where you finally arrive and can say, I made it. But the truth is, there is no finish line when it comes to becoming the best version of yourself. Every day you are alive, there is room to grow, to learn, to sharpen your character, to expand your skills, and to elevate your mindset. The day you stop growing is the day you stop living. Life is about progress, not perfection, and as long as you are moving forward, no matter how small the steps, you are winning. When you think about it, the most successful people in the world didn't stop when they hit one goal. Athletes don't quit training after one championship. Entrepreneurs don't shut down their businesses after the first million, and leaders don't stop learning once they earn respect. They understand that growth is never ending. If you rest too long on your past achievements, you'll fall behind, because the world keeps moving, opportunities keep shifting, and challenges keep coming. The key to staying relevant, powerful, and impactful is to keep improving yourself, keep adding value to who you are, and keep seeking the next level of growth. The problem most people face is that they want comfort more than growth. Success. Growth requires stretching. It requires stepping out of your comfort zone. It requires admitting that you don't know everything and that you still have a long way to go. That's hard for some folks because ego gets in the way. But ego is the enemy of growth. The moment you believe you've arrived, that's when you start declining. Life has a way of humbling you if you stop pushing yourself forward. Growth means staying a student even when you're a master. It means being willing to listen, to be corrected, to learn from people you may think are beneath you. It means keeping your heart open and your mind curious. If you look at nature, everything is either growing or dying. Trees keep growing taller. Their roots keep going deeper. Rivers keep flowing. Seasons keep changing. The moment growth stops, decline begins. Human beings are no different. That's why personal growth isn't optional. It's necessary. If you're not intentionally working on yourself, you're unintentionally slipping backward. Life doesn't stand still. That's why you've got to read, learn new skills, practice discipline, develop patience, and constantly upgrade your thinking. Because your future depends on what you're doing today to prepare for it. Now, growth doesn't always feel good. It's not always exciting, and it's rarely convenient. Sometimes growth looks like sacrifice. Sometimes it looks like saying no to things that give you instant pleasure so you can build something long-lasting. Sometimes it looks like failure, because failure is just growth in disguise. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to learn something new. Every obstacle you face is a chance to build strength and resilience. If you can shift your perspective and see struggles not as barriers but as building blocks, then you'll realize that life is always growing you, even in the hardest seasons. Think about your past. Look at the things you thought would break you but instead shaped you. Look at the tough times that forced you to dig deep and discover strength you didn't know you had. That's growth. Look at the times you felt lost, confused, or uncertain, yet those moments taught you lessons that now guide you forward. That's growth. Every experience you've ever been through, whether good or bad, was part of your lifelong process of improvement. You wouldn't be who you are today without it, and you won't become who you're meant to be without continuing to push forward tomorrow. Growth is also about responsibility. You are responsible for who you become. You can't blame your environment, your parents, your boss, or your circumstances forever. At some point, you've got to look in the mirror and decide that you want to grow beyond where you are. Growth is a choice, and every day you either choose to stay the same or to take a step toward better. Nobody can make that choice for you. Nobody can force you to grow. You've got to want it bad enough to discipline yourself, to educate yourself, to push through excuses, and to invest in yourself. It's not just about your career or your money. Growth is also about your character. You can't call yourself successful if your bank account is full but your spirit is empty. True growth means becoming kinder, more patient, more disciplined, more loving, and more consistent. It means treating people with respect no matter who they are. It means learning how to stay humble even when you win, and how to stay hopeful even when you lose. That kind of growth doesn't come overnight, but with daily effort, you can transform who you are from the inside out. One of the greatest benefits of growth is that it expands your capacity. The more you grow, the more you can handle. Some blessings are too big for the version of you right now. That's why God doesn't always give you what you ask for immediately. He knows you've got to grow into it first. He knows you've got to develop the discipline, the wisdom, and the maturity to sustain it. Growth prepares you for the very things you've been praying for. If you stop growing, you'll miss out on what's already on its way to you. So every day, ask yourself, how can I grow today? Maybe it's reading a chapter of a book. Maybe it's exercising your body to stay strong. Maybe it's practicing patience in a situation that tests you. Maybe it's learning a new skill that adds value to your future. Growth doesn't always have to be dramatic, but it does have to be consistent. Small daily improvements compound into extraordinary change over time. You might not see the results in a week or even in a month, but years down the line, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The journey of growth never ends. There's always another level, always another challenge, always another opportunity. And that's the beauty of life. You are never done becoming. If you keep that mindset, you'll never get stuck, never grow bitter, and never feel like your best days are behind you. Your best days are always ahead because growth keeps pushing you toward them. Setbacks are not the end of your story, they are setups for your comeback. Too many people take failure as final, as if falling down means you are finished. But the truth is, every setback you face carries within it the seed of growth, the chance to rise stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you were before. Life will test you, it will knock you down, it will throw challenges in your path, but those very obstacles are the training ground that prepare you for your next level. You can't rise higher without first going through seasons that stretch you, break you open, and demand more from you than you thought you had. I've learned that setbacks are not punishment, they are preparation. They are life's way of shaping you into someone who can handle what's coming next. Think about it. If everything went smoothly, if every plan worked out perfectly, if success was instant, you would never develop strength. You would never learn patience. You would never build resilience. You'd be fragile, unprepared, and easily broken when real storms hit. But setbacks teach you how to fight. They teach you how to endure. They teach you how to trust God when you can't see the way forward. That's why every fall is really an opportunity to rise. And not just rise, but rise stronger than before. Failure is a teacher if you're willing to listen. When you fail at something, don't let shame keep you down. Don't let fear convince you it's over. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? What lesson am I supposed to take from this setback? That shift in perspective's defeat into fuel. It turns loss into wisdom. It turns pain into power. The truth is, most of the people you admire didn't get to where they are without setbacks. They didn't succeed because they never failed. They succeeded because they refused to let failure stop them. Every time they fell, they got back up with a new determination, a new strategy, and a stronger mindset. Your setbacks may look different from someone else's. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you tried to start a business and it collapsed. Maybe you gave your all in a relationship that ended badly. Maybe you faced rejection after rejection. It doesn't matter how your setback shows up. What matters is how you respond. Will you stay down and give up, or will you stand up, dust yourself off, and declare that this setback is temporary? Because the only real failure is quitting. As long as you keep moving, as long as you keep trying, you're not defeated. When you go through setbacks, you often discover strength you didn't even know was inside you. It's like lifting weights. The muscle doesn't grow when you're comfortable. It grows when it's under pressure, when it's stretched beyond its limits. The pain is what produces the growth. Life works the same way. Setbacks are the resistance you need to build endurance, and the more you push through them, the stronger you become. That's why one day you'll look back and realize that the very thing you thought was breaking you was actually building you. Don't ever let a setback define your identity. A failed business doesn't make you a failure. A broken relationship doesn't make you unworthy of love. A rejection doesn't mean you're not good enough. Those are events, not definitions. What defines you is how you rise, how you bounce back, how you transform your pain into purpose. That's what sets apart the people who make it from the people who stay stuck. The ones who rise stronger are the ones who choose to keep going when others quit. Sometimes a setback is simply redirection. You think you're on the right path, you think you know where you're supposed to be headed, but then life throws you a curveball. At first, it feels like the end, like everything has fallen apart. But later, you realize that closed door pushed you towards something better. That job rejection forced you to build your own dream. That breakup made space for a healthier relationship. That financial hardship taught you discipline and creativity you wouldn't have learned otherwise. What you call a setback is often God's way of guiding you to the place you truly belong. It's also important to remember that setbacks humble us. They remind us that we don't have it all figured out, that we still need to grow, that we still need faith. And humility is powerful because it keeps you teachable. When you're humble, you're willing to learn from your mistakes, to listen to others, to grow from every situation. Pride resists growth, but humility turns setbacks into stepping stones. That's how you rise stronger, not just back to where you were, but beyond it. There will be times when a setback makes you feel like giving up completely. You'll feel tired, drained, and hopeless. In those moments, Remember that the pain you're experiencing is temporary, but the strength you're building will last forever. Nothing you go through is wasted. Every tear, every disappointment, every failure is working for your good if you refuse to quit. You may not see it right now, but one day, the pieces will come together. And you'll understand why it happened the way it did. The world loves a comeback story, and your setback is the setup for yours. Think about all the great success stories you've heard. They always include moments of struggle, failure, and doubt. But those are the very chapters that make the victory meaningful. If success was easy, nobody would appreciate it. It's the struggle that makes the success valuable. Your story is no different. The setbacks you're facing today are the very things that will make your success tomorrow powerful, because you'll know you earned it, you fought for it, you grew through it. So when setbacks come, don't shrink back. Don't let them convince you you're finished. Stand tall, hold on to your vision, and remind yourself that this is only a chapter, not the whole book. You are being tested, stretched, and prepared for something greater. And when you rise from this, you won't just go back to who you were before. You'll be stronger, wiser, tougher, and more equipped to handle the blessings that are on their way to you. Improving yourself doesn't happen by accident. It's not something you stumble into or something that magically happens overnight. Self-improvement is a choice, and that choice requires discipline, consistency, and faith. Without those three, you'll always start strong but quit halfway. You'll get excited in the beginning, but when things get tough, you'll give up. The truth is, every successful person you admire has mastered these three qualities. They may not have started with talent, money, or connections, but they built discipline, they stayed consistent, and they kept faith alive even when they couldn't see the results. That's what separates dreamers from doers. Discipline is the foundation. You're not always going to feel motivated, because motivation is temporary. Some mornings you'll wake up ready to chase the world, but other days you'll wake up tired, discouraged, and doubting yourself. Discipline is what keeps you moving on the days when motivation has disappeared. Discipline is showing up when you don't feel like it. It's saying no to the distractions that look good in the moment but steal from your future. Discipline is making sacrifices today so you can enjoy rewards tomorrow. It's the quiet, daily decisions that nobody else sees, but those decisions compound and eventually build a life you're proud of. The people who fail aren't always the ones without talent. Many times, they're the ones without discipline. Talent will only take you so far, but discipline will carry you to places talent can't reach. Because talent without discipline is wasted potential. You can have the greatest dreams in the world, but if you don't have the discipline to put in the work every single day, those dreams will never come true. Discipline doesn't make life easier. It makes you stronger. It turns you into the kind of person who can push through fatigue, ignore excuses, and keep moving forward. Now, discipline by itself will life, unless you pair it with consistency. One workout won't make you fit. One day of effort won't change your future. The real power comes from doing it again and again, day after day, even when the results aren't immediate. Consistency is where most people fail, because we live in a world of instant gratification. Everybody wants quick results, fast success, overnight transformation. But growth doesn't work that way. Growth is a slow process. Like planting a seed. You water it every day, you give it sunlight, you take care of it, and eventually it grows into something strong. But if you stop watering it because you don't see results fast enough, it will wither. Your life is the same. Without consistency, your growth dies before it has a chance to take root. Consistency is about commitment. It's saying, I will keep showing up, no matter how long it takes, no matter how slow it feels, no matter how many times I fall. It's trusting the process even when the progress is invisible. Every small effort you make is building momentum, even if you can't see it yet. And when you stay consistent long enough, one day the breakthrough happens, and suddenly all the small steps add up into something massive. But if you quit too soon, you'll never see that day. And then there's faith. Faith is the glue that holds discipline and consistency together. Because be honest, discipline is hard, consistency is draining. And life will throw challenges at you that make you want to give up. Without faith, you'll lose heart. Faith is believing that the work you're putting in today will pay off tomorrow, even if you can't see how yet. Faith is trusting that God has a plan for you, that every effort matters, that every sacrifice is worth it. Faith is what gives you the strength to keep walking when the road feels endless, to keep working when the results are invisible, to keep believing when everyone else doubts you. Faith doesn't mean you sit around and wait for things to happen. Faith without works is dead. Real faith is action. Say, I believe God has something for me, so I'm going to work like it's already mine. Faith keeps your spirit alive when your body is tired, when your mind is discouraged, when the voices of doubt are loud. With faith, you can endure seasons of silence, seasons when it feels like nothing is moving, because you trust that growth is happening beneath the surface. Just like a seed takes time to break through the soil, your progress takes time to show, but faith keeps you watering, keeps you working, keeps you believing. When you put discipline, consistency, and faith together, you become unstoppable. Discipline makes you start, consistency keeps you going, and faith makes you endure until you see the results. People may doubt you. Situations may test you and failure may try to discourage you, but if you have those three qualities, you'll rise above it all. You'll keep improving yourself, not just once in a while, but for the rest of your life, and that kind of growth creates a person who can handle success, who can sustain blessings, and who can impact others. Think about the times in your life when you quit too soon. Think about the opportunities you missed because you lacked discipline. Think about the dreams that slipped away because you weren't consistent. And think about the moments when you stopped believing, when you let doubt steal your faith. Now imagine where you'd be if you had held on just a little longer, worked just a little harder, believed just a little deeper. The good news is, it's never too late to start again. Discipline can be built. Consistency can be practiced. Faith can be renewed. You don't have to stay stuck in the past. You can begin today, right now, to rebuild those three qualities and transform your life. Self-improvement isn't about perfection. It's not about doing everything right every single time. It's about getting back up when you fall. It's about trying again after you fail. It's about learning to trust the process, even when it feels slow. Discipline means you don't give up because it's hard. Consistency means you don't stop because it's slow. Faith means you don't quit because you can't see the results yet. And if you live by those three principles, you'll keep growing, keep improving, and keep moving toward the life you were created to live.